Hello everyone, Miss Kayla here, coming to you from my home kitchen. So I want to apologize for the technical difficulties that we had and that we're getting this video out a little bit later than I wanted to. But we are still going to go ahead with our bread in the bag recipe for our virtual 4-H cooking club this week. So you should have hopefully gotten a brown bag that has all the ingredients in it that you'll need and also the recipe. But if you didn't, a lot of these ingredients you probably already have at home, so you could still do this from home. So you should have had a recipe. Mine is handwritten today. So one of the first things that you will have in your bag is flour, which I have right here. You will also have a little bit of sugar and salt, and then you will also have a packet of yeast, and then you will also have a gallon-sized bag, which is what we're going to make our bread in. So at home you will need a cooking spray, a loaf pan, a clean towel, some measuring cups. So I've got a liquid measuring cup, a couple dry measuring cups, some measuring spoons, and a bowl and something to mix with. So, like I said, a lot of things that you probably already have at home. So the first thing that we're going to do, of course, is wash our hands, which I've already done. And then you're going to want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 375 degrees, which I've also already done. And then, so the first thing we're going to do is add flour, 1 cup of flour, a 1/4 cup of sugar, and our packet of yeast into the bowl, and then we're going to stir that up. So, I'll get my flour out here. And yours are already mostly pre-measured, but I encourage you to go ahead and do the measurements again yourself, because sometimes it could be inaccurate. So I just scooped 1 cup of flour into there, and then we're going to do a 1/4 cup of sugar, in there as well. And then we're going to add our packet of yeast. So yeast is what makes the bread rise. So really important, your bread would not have the right texture, it wouldn't be fluffy like we want it to be. So we're going to mix that into our bowl here. And the whole packet, you'll just stuff the whole thing in there. And then, just going to stir that up. Alright, and then that will go into our bag. So we're going to open up our bag here. And just dump this right in. Alright, we'll set that aside. So next, the recipe says that we need to add 1 cup of warm water. So you can get that just from the tap. It doesn't need to be scalding hot, just warm. So you can just feel it with your hand until it starts to heat up a little bit. And the warm water and the yeast will have a chance to activate in just a minute. We're going to let it rest a little bit. So I've got my cup of warm water. And I'm going to just pour that right into the bag. So then we'll kind of have this gooey type mixture. Get all the air out of your bag. So then I'll just mix this with my hands. This is going to be the start of our bread dough. So Ivy's really interested in this. Get down. She's interested in our dough. It's not for her. Alright, so once you get it all combined, you get all the flour mixed into the liquid, Now we just have to let this set and rest for about 10 minutes. And while it's resting, that yeast will kind of activate. So I'm going to set it here, and then I'm going to come back and check it in about 10 minutes. So it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm going to go back to my bag of dough, well, starter dough, and we are going to add another cup of flour and 1 teaspoon of salt to our bowl here. So there's my flour, and then we're going to measure out a teaspoon of salt. And dump that in. And then we'll just combine that. Just stir that up. And then we will add that to our bag as well. And then once we get that added, again, we are going to get all the air out of the bag. And then mix it again with our hands. So again, we just want to get all the flour combined into the liquid. And it's going to start thickening up a little bit, so it's not going to be quite so liquidy. And eventually this will turn into a dough. So again, I'm going to set this aside. And we're going to melt our butter. So I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning, but at home you will need a 1/4 cup of butter, which is half a stick of butter. And I'm just going to melt it in the microwave. So I like to do it on about 30-second intervals so that it doesn't get too hot and then start popping, and then you've got a mess in your microwave. So we'll just go ahead and let that melt. So our butter is melted. So we're going to add this to our bag as well. Seal it up again. Make sure you get all the air out. And then we're going to combine that too. Alright, so we've added 2 cups of flour, we've added our sugar, our yeast, our warm water, our butter, and our salt. So the only thing we have left to add is 1 more cup of flour. So once I've got that combined, I'm going to get my final cup of flour. That to our bag as well. So this will be the last thing that goes into the bag. Seal it up, and then this is going to be our last time mixing our bag ingredients. So. And then you want to check your dough and see if it seems like the right texture. If it's still a little sticky, which mine is, it may need just a little bit more flour. So I'm just going to scoop a little bit more in there until it gets to be more of like a dough consistency and not so sticky. And then once it starts holding together pretty good, we are going to dump it out onto a floured surface. So you can just take, I'm going to use a cutting board, but you can use just your kitchen counter or any anything that you don't care to get a little bit of flour on. And we're just going to take about maybe a 1/4 cup of flour. Dump it on there and then spread it out with your hands. Or you can use a spoon to spread it out. Then you're going to take your dough and I'm going to flip it out onto my counter. So it's still a little bit sticky, which is okay because you can always add more flour. This is a little bit messy. Alright, so the flour that's on the surface will kind of help it get less sticky and form more into a dough. So if you all can see what I'm doing here, just combining, kind of making it stick together. So mine, I think, still needs a little bit more flour. So I'm going to wash my hands off. And then add a little bit more flour so that it's not so sticky. And you can just keep adding flour until it gets the right consistency, but you don't want to add too much at one time, so just a little bit. And then we're going to keep kneading our dough. So kneading just means that you're kind of folding it over on itself, squishing it together kind of, I guess. So when you're finished kneading your dough, again, I'm going to wash off my hands because they're kind of sticky. And then you are going to grease your loaf pan with some cooking spray. So I like to do this over the sink. So you've got your greased loaf pan. You're just going to plop your dough right into the middle of your loaf pan. And then take a clean towel and just cover it. And then you leave it for about 30 to 45 minutes. And in this time, the dough is going to rise and then it will be ready to bake. So we will come back and check it again in about 30 minutes. So the dough has been rising for about 35 minutes. So I'm going to show you all what mine looks like. So it's bigger than when it first started. So it is ready to go in the oven. So I'm going to put this in my preheated oven. You want to make sure you have an adult helping you with using the oven. And then I'm going to set a timer for 25 minutes. And we will see what our final product looks like in just a little bit. So my timer just went off. It has been in the oven for about 25 minutes and it smells so good. And it looks pretty good too, so I'm going to pull it out and show you guys. So it looks all done, kind of golden brown on the top. And if you want to be sure that it's done, one thing you can do is grab a fork and just poke it right in the middle and make sure your fork comes out clean and you're all good. And I hope you enjoy your bread and hope you make this again sometime.